listen to the podcast, you always say, "I know my guests," right? Based on our conversations and what I do know about you, Von, I feel like in Atlanta, you really started to take off and really pay attention to your art.
Yeah, definitely.
So take me to that. Take me to the Conyers.
Yeah, definitely.
Take me to the videos.
For sure, yeah. So
take me to why we have an A&O record / lyrical playlist on the John Conyers Network.
I got you. So, I mean, it's crazy because I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, like I said, and I met these 3 guys, right? One, his name is Kaye, still one of my best friends to this day. Another one named is Blaze and Maestro, right? Maestro is doing really well in St. Louis. He's on the radio. You know, he actually has one of the biggest hip hop radios in St. Louis. He has the whole intro, like Maestro doing his thing, Blaze doing his thing. He's in the graphics now. But we all got into this group and we called it Dorm Room Music, which was dope as hell. We thought it was a crazy idea. We was just, on it. But eventually that kind of separated. Me and Kaye went our own way. And we created this project. We created 2 projects. So the first project was called 1 Week. We finished it in 1 day. Right? We said we're going to do this idea and concept again one day, in the future. And then we created another project called Week 2. And literally, this project went from the days of the week and that type of vibe, like what's that feeling during these days? And through that process, it just was amazing as far as like challenging my artistic abilities, because Kaye don't write. So he's not writing, but I'm writing. So I got to keep up with him. Like he busting out verses and finish a whole verse, and I'm still writing my verse, So it kind of tested not only my pen, because he was just like this bar, and then had these crazy hooks. You know what I'm saying? So this is my man's. I'm like, all right, he wilding, he killing it. So I gotta make sure I'm keeping up with that. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. And then he brought his mans from Mount Vernon to Atlanta, right? So his best friend, come to find out, he was cousins to this dude that my dad used to date, his mom. So I'm like, wow, this is like inevitable. Like we were supposed to meet in some shape or form or whatever. Now, homie name is Geese. Geese is something that you never heard before, because Geese done stopped doing music for a little bit. But if you think Kaye is anything amazing, Geese is crazy with it.
Wow.
So now we put together this project called Flying Dutchman, right? And we composed this crazy project, and they just testing pens. And it's just 3 pens just testing each other. And it just elevated everything to a different height and a different level. Eventually I quit school. I was like, I'm about to be a rapper. Nah, but in all honesty,
most y'all creators do that.
Yeah. But in all honesty, going to school for art is difficult, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you go into school for audio production. So I met this guy. His name is Jeremiah. And if anybody knows Lecrae, right? Gospel artist. He won Gospel Album of the Year. I want to say about 7-8 years ago, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I met him and we sat down. He went to the same exact school I went to and left that school. He's a Grammy Award winning engineer, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm in class, and I'm like, I don't want to engineer nobody music. I don't even like engineering my own music. This is annoying. I don't like anything time consuming because I like to create art. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, instead of me wasting my time and wasting all of this money, I'm going to just go ahead and leave now. Yeah. So we sat down with Jeremiah. We had conversations. he gave us a price on what he could do, you know. It was really helping us out. Like he probably was charging us $1,200, $1,500, but we broke college students, so like $1,500 sound like a lot of money to me, bro. Yeah. But like I said, you're talking about a Grammy award-winning engineer who's willing to do an entire project for me for $1,500.
It's priceless.
Priceless. But like I said, I'm 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't got $1,500. I gotta pay rent. Like, you know what I'm saying? At 20 years old, 19 years old, I have to pay rent, so can't afford $1,500. So we never accomplished nothing. But ultimately, he's probably a big reason why my music changed. Cause he played some music for us, and he like, yeah, this is fire. I love this. Whatever. Here, play y'all music. He listening. He like, this alright. I'm like, what you mean is alright? It's better than what you was just listening to. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm way better than them. He was like, I mean, you got the bars. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got all of that, but you monotone, bro. Don't nobody want to hear you. Don't nobody want to listen to what you saying. You feel me? So that kind of changed our outlook on how we approach doing music. So Atlanta had a large influence on, you know, music in general.
And you see it now, man. Them Atlanta artists is
bro. I ain't gonna lie. They where they at because they're able to expand their scope, and they don't mind doing something out of the box, something different. Yeah, you know. I take for example, Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest Young Thug fan or anything, but him and 2 Chainz is probably one of my favorite artists from Atlanta. One, because Young Thug is able to go outside of the box with his flow and not care what he say, which is cool. But I care about what I say. And then 2 Chainz makes everything he says simple. I wish a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet. Come on, bro. Like, I could have thought of that. But it was fire. But I could have thought of that. You know what I'm saying? But
it's fire,
you know,
but he said it first.
Yeah, he said it, and you know, it's just a dope situation to, like, one of my homies was like, yo, you saying a lot of nice shit, but simplify. Yeah,
we talked about that.
Yeah, just make it simple, bro.
Like, yo, John, you didn't understand that? No.
You know what I'm saying? I be getting into my old bag and just go fly over people's heads.
Yeah, sure. you got to dumb it down for us, because if we talk about this, we look at analytics, we look at marketing, and we say, where's your space? What avenue you going in? You know. I try to give you fast beats, and you like to say my bag. But we got one.
Yeah.
We got one.
We got a few.
Shout out to Joey. That's what we're gonna stop.
We
got one. We got one. But yo, I got $1 million question coming up for you. We gonna have to get to it. So based on everything we talked about, I really feel like Atlanta had a huge impact on your career, your creativity, and getting in heavy into the music.
For sure. Yeah.
But you're back in New York.
Yeah.
Eventually you come, LI, Long Island specifically.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that and that process of coming back from Atlanta to New York City. Well, New York State technically.
Yeah.
Long Island.
Not in the city no more.
Yeah.
I mean, so I was just looking at life, like, just trying to understand what exactly I wanted, you know? So I was just there like, all right, researching things like, oh, it's $2,500 for this marketing and it's $1,000 for this. And I'm like, I'm paying bills and paying rent, and how I'm going to do all of this at one time. Like I said, I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. So it's just like, I've been trying to figure out how to be an adult, you know, quicker than you really need to be an adult, you know, as far as paying rent and moving and paying bills and doing all of these things by yourself. Because, I mean, my parents, they supported me, don't get me wrong, but to an extent. Once I said I'm not going to school no more, that was it. Yeah. Ain't no more funds coming in. Ain't no more money coming in. So, you know, I hit my mom up sometime like, yo, man, I need help with this. She was like, oh, ain't nobody tell you to move to Atlanta.
Yeah. Come back home.
Come back home.
Yeah.
So eventually I came back home, you know, and I started really paying attention to what it is that I needed for my music career.
And I can't just let that go away. Hit me with the line. You know the line. You in one of your songs, you got a specific line.
What's the line? That song is old, bro.
It don't matter.
Would it go?
Move back to mom's, cause when I
said move back to mom's, cause when I get off tour, we get in a bigger crib. Living off my penmanship, I spit that shit that get your dentist shook and get your doctor sick. Yeah, definitely.
No. No. Start from the beginning. Say the whole bar. Come on, you're a rapper. Let the audience know what you do.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part was coming up, and you gonna stop.
I got a flow that get your dentist shook and get your doctor sick. Got my rhyme. I got my doctorate and rhyme scheme, flows and bars and shit. I mean, shit. I done seen some shit that probably make you slit your wrists. I like to spit with a nice spliff and cool if your mind takes shape and shift. I ain't taking shit. Yeah, bro. That's some shit that.
So Von was trying to act like he didn't know because that's one of his favorite songs. And we ain't released it yet.
That's my favorite song.
When that song, I apologize.
Yeah.
As you know, as A&O exec. For sometimes saying we can't drop this, we can't drop that because we got to hit this deadline and do this, and we have to be in this situation before we get them everything.
Definitely.
But when that does drop,
do's and don'ts. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that.
Your career's gonna change, bro. Yeah. You got a little bit of it. You got a little bit of it here
for sure.
That was your free sample.